everyone. Welcome to episode 17 of AGTube Central. This episode's guest is Peyton from 𝔸𝕠𝕦𝕥. Welcome to the podcast.
Thank you.
Do you want to start out by just saying how did you get into American Girl?
Sure. When my sister and I were really young, we went to my sister's friend's birthday party, and it was like, I think it was American Girl doll themed, and she got an American Girl doll, and we really had just no idea what it was. But then when we got home, my sister really wanted a doll because she was like older than me then, and I was like still pretty little. And so my mom gave her like a doll that our grandpa had won on a radio contest like a long time ago, but we were both too young for her then. But so then she got her, and then a few months later I got my aunt's old doll kit, and so yeah, we just basically found out about it at a birthday party.
That's a really interesting story. I had no idea you could literally win a doll like on the radio. That's cool.
Yeah, I wonder if they still do that.
Yeah, that's really cool. And I love the whole American Girl theme party idea. Like that's just very magical. So
Yeah.
that's a great story. So I have a few different categories of questions, but I'm going to start out with the YouTube ones. So you started your personal channel last year and you've already gotten almost 300 subscribers, which is just like incredible. So do you have any tips for people just wanting to start out an AGTube channel?
Well, first of all, I'd say really plan out like a few videos first, write some scripts, maybe do a few practice rounds of, like doing a stop motion first if they're going to do stop motions, or if they're not, just doing like practicing talking, getting comfortable with like being on the camera, and then go for your first video, and then maybe edit it, make sure you have the right editing system, and then once you think you've gotten it good, start posting it, make sure you have a good thumbnail, just make sure everything is how you wanted it to be in your head.
Yeah, those are definitely great tips. I love the whole idea of just practicing ahead of time and just, yeah, great tips. You also have done a few series on your channel, and I just saw the trailer for your new series, the Rad Roomies series, and like it looks incredible. I love the trailer. The stop motion was really smooth, and the music, it was just edited very well. So, for
Thanks.
anyone, you're welcome. For anyone who hasn't seen it yet, do you want to give a quick little summary of what it's about?
Sure. Most people when they do stop motions, it's usually like about their dolls and their life and like their doll house, or if they don't have one, just about their life and their doll family. And so I wanted to do that, but I wanted to kind of make it more like a series. And so there's only gonna be I'd say 5 episodes in each season, but that's because I'm gonna try and make them really long. They're gonna all come out from between like 7 to 9 minutes long, and so I did not want to make too many episodes. So yeah, so it's basically gonna be about their life. It's kind of like a sitcom, but it's with American Girl dolls, obviously, and so I think that's cool. As you know, I don't know if all of you guys know this, but my sister and I on our channel, Chicago Creative Sisters, we did a like kind of sitcom type series called Life in Honeydew Valley, and this is not connected to it at all. It's kind of just starting a new thing, but yeah, this is kind of like that, but yeah, it's kind of just about like my dolls, a little bit of like into what it's about. It's about 3 of my dolls are sisters, and that's Caitlin, Charlotte, and Kit, and then their cousins Luke and Anna move in with them after a tornado destroyed their house. And so yeah, I kind of want like a backstory for that, just to kind of like show you why the cousins are living with them, because I just didn't want to have them all be like siblings, because I feel like most people do that.
Yeah, that is a great summary. I'm really excited to see it, and I love the whole sitcom inspired aspects. And you brought up Life in Honeydew Valley, which also like great series. If you haven't seen that, you should check that out. But yeah, that makes me really excited. And So how do you come up with the series ideas? Like, where did the idea come from? And just general inspiration, like, where do you get your inspiration?
Well, I think well, I like writing books too. I've never like gotten close to as finishing one, but I keep on like getting ideas just from like everyday life and maybe reading other books or watching movies. And so whenever I write books, sometimes I like to finish them as books, but most of the time I'm like, oh, this would be great as a stop motion, and I don't think I'm gonna finish this as a book anyways. I still have like probably like 100 other ideas that I started writing and I thought would be good for a stop motion, but would just be way too hard to do. And so I thought it would just be cool to do like a sitcom because I've been watching a lot of those like recently, and I just think they're so funny and they're so entertaining to watch. And some of you were watching my series that I just stopped that was called The Neverending Mansion, and that was actually a book idea I had. And I felt really bad about stopping it because I didn't really want to start something and then just have to stop it. But the green screen was so bad, it was not working out for me. And I think this one would be good too because it's just like in the dollhouse and it's a much open space than the green screen room I have. But yeah, that one was also one of my book ideas. So most of it is from books and TV shows.
I really love that because I also get a lot of inspiration just from things that I write too. So, yeah,
Yeah.
that's really cool. Is it going to be a whole stop motion? Or are you going to incorporate some live action aspects into it, or is it just like full on stop motion?
Yeah, all of it is gonna be stop motion, which is kind of like crazy because for the last one, part of the reason that I didn't like filming it so much was because it was stop motion. But for this one, I am only doing 5 episodes and they're all going to be very long. But it's kind of with the intro and with the outro and kind of just a lot of special effects. And so I think that it won't be as hard with the green screen. But yeah, I'm going for full stop motion.
That's definitely dedication. I've only made like one stop motion on my channel, and I don't know, I lack motivation. But is there a certain character that you really liked writing, just out of your main cast?
Um, well, one of my favorite characters in it is Caitlin because she's kind of, I don't know, I didn't really say that specifically, but Caitlin is kind of like the star of the series. Her name appears first in the intro. She's like, um, it's kind of mostly surrounding her life, but then her family's life too. So I loved writing hers. And I also like writing Charlotte's parts because she's kind of like she's the oldest in the family and she's also a writer, and I just think it's really cool to I don't know, just get to write her parts cuz I feel like I can really relate to her.
Yeah, I definitely get that. Like writing characters who are more similar to me is probably easier. So I get
Yeah.
that. How much have you filmed so far? Are you filming it all before it starts like, coming out, or are you doing it kind of episode by episode?
Yeah, I decided that I'm going to film it all before any of it comes out because with my last series, at first I was like every Monday, every 2 Mondays. Then I was like next month, but then I just decided to stop it because it was too hard to film, edit, and then post all in the same week because it's just way too much going on. So I'm just gonna take my time with it throughout the spring. I'm gonna film it all. Right now, I'm still on the first episode, but it's almost done. So yeah, just through the spring I'm gonna be filming it. It's only 5 episodes, but I'm guessing that the episodes will come out in early June. So it's still technically the spring, but very late spring.
Yeah, I definitely think that's a smart idea though, because I feel like whenever I try to do a series and you release them episode by episode, it's kind of hard because you feel like you have to stick to that schedule. So that's really smart that you're just trying to like get it done first. Do you have any
Yeah.
tips on how to stay motivated during that longer stop motion process?
Well, if I did, they'd probably be for me because I always get like unmotivated. I always just kind of like, whenever I don't want to film, I sit down and start writing a new script. And I usually like mostly for the series because I'm gonna end up getting to all of them, obviously. But um, when I do feel like motivated, I just go to it right away. Like, do you ever get it where like you just suddenly feel like you really want to film and you just go straight ahead and do it?
Yeah, I definitely understand that for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, so whenever any of you guys feel like that, just go ahead and do it because if you wait until later, you're going to be like, nah, it's okay, I'll do it tomorrow. And then tomorrow, you don't want to do it anymore. And so I just say go straight for it. Maybe put on some music or like a show on in the background so that like when you're taking a photo or taking a video, you can just like listen to it and like pause and just watch it for a second. Just like relax, maybe have the windows open if it's a nice day. I had the windows open once and it made me feel so much more like calm and relaxed to film. Like the wind was blowing in my face, I wasn't overheated cuz usually stop motions make me feel like really like tired and yeah,
Yeah.
overheated because I mean you have to like bend over and move the dolls and then yeah, it's like you would not think it was like an exercise, but it is.
Yeah, it's definitely hard work. I've heard just in like other things, people talk about watching shows or movies. Do you have any recommendations just out of I guess everything that you've been watching?
Of shows and movies like not stop motions.
Yeah, yeah, just like to keep yourself entertained. Yeah.
Well, I really like the sitcom Full House and they made that in the 80s and so probably most of you haven't heard of it, but I know some of you have. It's just really interesting and it's also super funny. And out of movies, I really like the Hunger Games series.
Ooh, yeah. I have a few Hunger Games questions in here that we can get to later, but you also started an Instagram last year, and I just wanted to say how good you are at photography. Like, all your pictures are so creative. And do you have any photography tips?
Yeah, so I took photography like the first time for somebody's photo contest and I literally all I thought you were supposed to do was like put your doll in front of something and then just take a photo of them. Like I really had no idea what photography was, like how you're supposed to take it and the different effects you could add to it. And so I would just say get some really good lighting, make sure your doll looks very nice. Do their hair, have them in a good outfit, and make sure everything matches. Like some people's photos don't necessarily like correspond, and some of mine didn't either that I've taken in the past. And so like for example, if someone's like in the snow and they're wearing a tank top like your doll, and so I would just make sure everything corresponds, get good lighting, add good effects, and also I love blurring out the background. Unless there's something really important in the background that you want your viewers to see, I think that blurring out the background is really important so that the main focus can be on the doll. And it also just makes it look really nice and like clear.
Yeah, for sure. I struggle with it though because I don't think my app allows me to do it very well, but I always love photos that are like that. So, great tip. Because you have joined both AGTube and AGIG, is there one that you prefer over the other and why?
I think I prefer EGTube. I am a lot more active on AGTube. Like right now, I'm pretty busy, so I haven't been posting too much on either. But for AGTube, I've been working on stop motion, so I can't really post if I don't have like time, obviously, in between them. But for AGIG, um, I do like going on there. I just think there's a lot more things you can do with posting videos rather than posting like photos. And I think I just enjoy posting videos overall more. But I do like about AGIG how much easier it is to contact a person because not everybody has like comments anymore because of what YouTube did like a year ago or something.
Yeah, I definitely basically agree with everything you said, especially with being able to contact people on Instagram because they took away there was a group chat feature on there a while ago and then they took it away and it was really sad and I'm like, how am I supposed to interact with people? But yeah, but I do prefer AGTube. I don't know. One of my favorite pictures on your Instagram is your Hunger Games one. Like that one was really cool, and I love the little Mockingjay pin you used too. So, what is your favorite Hunger Games movie, and then favorite Hunger Games book if you've done both of them?
Okay, so for a movie, my favorite is Catching Fire because one of my favorite characters comes in that one, which is Finnick Odair.
Yes.
And for book, I actually only read the first one. I watched all the movies before I read that book. My sister was reading the books, then we watched the movies, and then I decided, well, if I like the movies, maybe I'll like the books. But I just read the book because I definitely prefer the movies over the book.
Yeah, that's really interesting because I did it the opposite way where I read the books and then I saw the movies. But yeah, they're both I really love the last two movies. Like those are my favorite movies. I don't know why, but I think the first one is my favorite book though. Like that one, I really like that one. So
Yeah, it was pretty good.
so the most, I guess, important question, are you team Peta or team Gal?
Oh man, well, I definitely have to go with PETA on that one because he is my favorite character of all time. I even have like a pillow with PETA's face on it.
I love that. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I agree. Uh, and then a few weeks ago on the Chicago Creative Sisters channel, you and your sister celebrated 4 whole years on AGTube, which is a very long time. So, what's your favorite video that you've done on that channel?
Out of all the videos,
Yeah.
oh man. Um oh gosh, I gotta think about this. Probably the newest one that not the newest, but the newest stop motion that we posted, which was a Hamilton AGMV. It was an AGMV, but it was a stop motion too. But yeah, that one was, I think it was like 7.5 minutes long, and I think that's like the longest stop motion I've ever made with my sister. The longest one I've ever made was Stronger, which was my movie I made last summer. But yeah, I definitely think that was our best. I just think it was very smooth, and that is one of our favorite Hamilton songs. So
Yeah, I need to check out the video. I'm like super behind on just watching AG2, but I need to watch it. When I saw it, I was like, oh my gosh. And then moving on to some more AG brand specific questions. What would your dream girl of the year be?
personality, I'd probably say maybe, well, for me personally, I love like acting, and so I'd kind of want her to be like me. So maybe love acting. I forget, did they ever have like an actress American Girl doll? I think they did. Which one
Yeah,
was that?
it was Rebecca, but other than that, I don't think so. Unless if
Yeah,
I'm
I don't think so. I think it was just kind of, I feel like they need kind of more of like a modern actress doll.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, but yeah, she'd probably be like that. Also, probably like look like me because there's really no doll that looks, like exactly like me. I mean, no one really has that doll, but and then yeah, that's basically it. I'd have to think really hard about that.
I love the acting idea. If you plan on getting another doll, which one would that be? Or are you just gonna be like done for a while?
Well, I just got a new doll and then I also got one last year. And so I think I'm gonna be done for a while. And if I did get any more dolls, it would probably be a Be Forever doll. I really love Nenea, but I don't think I'm going to. But if I were to, that would probably be who I would get.
I love 𝔸𝕠𝕦𝕥, so I do think maybe at some point that is a great choice. Are you a big fan of colored hair on dolls, or do you like the more natural? Like, what are your opinions on the ones that just came out?
So the ones that just came out at American Girl, I definitely think they look way too crazy. But I mean, some people like that colored hair. I just think that the customizing thing is more for like AGTubers to do. I feel like that's kind of like an AGTuber thing, AGIG thing, and like just for other people to do. And I think it's like kind of cool that American Girl did it. I just think the dolls look kind of like too crazy with their hair. I don't mind the colored hair dolls, but I think that like kind of like with Luciana, just like a little piece of hair that's colored would look nice. But anything where it's like the whole doll's head kind of just looks crazy. I do love the custom wigs that are like chestnut and blonde, kind of like not your usual doll hair, but I think just the plain straight up colors are just too much.
Yeah, they definitely are very bright. I personally kind of like really like them, but yeah, I really like the one she has the brown hair with I think blue and green in it because it's not like the whole head of hair, it's just
Oh
more
yeah.
highlights,
Yeah,
I
that one
think.
looks cool.
I kind of like her. And then my final question is what is your favorite thing about the AGTube community?
Um, well, one of my favorite things, that like everybody likes the same thing. And so, I mean, everybody has their own opinions, but when it comes to dolls, everybody loves dolls and making videos. And it's just really fun to get to, do collabs with people, get to talk to people about that, and always knowing, you have something in common, and also just like the support everybody shows on each other's videos. It's always really fun to get to see comments that you get on your new videos, see what people think of it, and it's always just really encouraging too, just to know that there are other people that like the same thing and like your videos. And so I really love the AGTube community.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Those are some of the reasons why I love it too. I think it's so cool that you can meet people who live in totally different states or countries, and that's just like really cool to think about, you know? Like, it's pretty crazy. So, those are all the questions I've come up with. It was so nice talking to you, and I will make sure to link your AGTube and Instagram down below. Before we go, is there anything that you want to say or promote? Or are there any exciting videos coming up on your channel that we didn't necessarily discuss that you just want to talk about?
Nothing really. Just if you're watching, make sure that you look out for Rad Roomies episode 1. It's gonna be coming out sometime this spring. It'll probably be super late, maybe like the last day of spring, but it will come out very soon.
Yeah, so make sure to stay tuned for that. Go subscribe to like everything because you are so talented. So thank you so much for coming on and thank you so much to everyone for listening. I hope everyone has a great rest of your day. Bye everyone.